So I ended up doing it in two pieces because, you know, I couldn't get it in the door. I wanted to do a top piece to strengthen up the van, and it's worked out pretty well for a few things. One, it strengthens up the van. Two, it's lightweight. Three, I can cut a hole in the timber in this section later on if we wanted an extra shelf storage or whatever. And then also anything from the roof can come straight through the ceiling, straight down inside this plinth, I guess. Is it a plinth you call it? Inside the chair, and then inside the chair we've got the batteries, management system, fuses, inverters, all sorts of gear. And then in the middle, doesn't need anything, but I might put a decorative pole to add extra support. I can't really get it back far enough so you can see it, but worst case scenario, I'll have a nice bit of timber on there I can rest my beer on. So with all the angles, I'm getting close. I'm very close. It's just a bit tight on that corner. This one's alright. And this one's just a bit tall. So I'll nick a little bit off that, and looking good. Alright, I trimmed that up, and that's sitting in there nicely now. I know what you're thinking, why don't you just cut it in half and make it easy, but if you're following along, you'd know I don't do things the easy way by now. So yeah, it's come up pretty good. Now I'll trim up the other side and all the other bits. Alright, that's the back panel done. Now I've put some screws in it, and they're not really doing much other than holding the timber in place while the glue dries. I just didn't want to have to clamp it all if I didn't have to, so I've put some nails in here into the other timber, tie it all together, and then I'll router this overhang off later. And I've just painted it so it was sealed so it didn't go all mouldy and gross, but Amy's got some proper paint there to fix it up later. So now I'm just gonna mainly glue the front bit on and clamp it because my arms aren't long enough to get up there and screw it. And then we'll continue on. Alright, so we've tried a bunch of ways cutting out timber, but I'll show you the most effective way. Come in here, get your pen, scribe it out with your pen. That looks pretty good. Now the best way is with an open palm or a fist. I like the fist, so alright, sorry for the lack of footage, but I routed off all those long bits that were on here, and then I rounded the corners with the sander, and I just puttied up the gaps and the nail holes with some body filler. It's probably special timber bog you're meant to use, but I don't know. I had this laying around. It's car stuff, it's fast drying. So that's all sanded down and ready for Amy to put some colour on it and some colour on the rest of the cabinets. Well, it's the first coat anyway. Here's the side of the seat, one of the sides, and I'm gonna finish off the corners with this radiused hardwood. So I've put in the nails, and I've had, can you believe I've had no formal training on this? So yeah, they're pretty good, especially that one. So I'm going to put some liquid nails on it and attach it to the side of that. Then I'll go and nail it on to the other piece and Amy can paint it all white. That's that part of the seat done. Same on the other one.